See, but I'm hitting that now, little mama don't know if that's what I'm keep on me, no kids that, but I don't keep ass like groceries. So keep your man, don't fuck with me. So keep your man, don't fuck with me. So keep your man, don't fuck with me.
Shawty in my lineup, like what you want tonight, oh yeah. Said what you got in mind, yeah. Then she told me to slide, oh yeah. So I slide, on my way, I slide, won't be long.
Alright, here we go. I'm Jackie Terry, here with A1 himself, man.
What's up? What's up?
What's the deal, man? You've been a reoccurring guest on these podcasts,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
How you like it, man?
I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to keep it coming. You know, give people the real me.
Yeah, I like it. I love the consistency, man. That's key, right?
Right.
Man, tell everybody what we about to talk about, because this is going to be really deep. You told me the idea a couple of weeks ago, and just elaborate to everybody what to expect in this podcast. What
We about to talk about, you know, family. You know, some got real family, some they don't got real family, some got fake family. Yeah. We gonna get to the bottom of it.
Man, that's facts, man. Let's start from the beginning, man. You know, can we establish real between fake family, and have you ever experienced, you know, fake family and real family in your family?
Yeah, I experienced a lot of that. You know, some of the family members, you know, that I had personally in my family, you know, sometimes they pretend to like you on the strength that, you know, you might be kin to either their brother, cousin, sister, grandma, or whoever. You know, so they'll pretend in your face like they really, you know, mess with you. But deep down inside, they really don't. Because it's a lot of jealousy, or, you know, something like envy. You know, some people like that, or they just don't like you for whatever reason.
Right. Why is that? Is there a particular reason why some of your family members might not like you or take a catering to you? Right? Do you feel like it's jealousy or envy? Where you coming from?
I'm gonna say this from what I was told, you know, and then, you know, as me getting older, experiencing myself, it's probably some of the things that my daddy had did, you know. Far as like 9 to out of 10, you know, some shit that happened in the past between my uncle and my daddy, you know what I'm saying, that I got in my book. So that could be one reason. And then two, it might be another reason because I'm different from my other siblings, you know, which is my sisters. See, they the type that, you know, that, how can I put it? They are either withhold or don't really say too much or speak on certain things. And me, I'm the type that I don't really give a fuck. So I'm gonna speak on everything because I came up out the streets. They was raised up a whole different way. So, you know, I'm gonna speak my mind. That's just me though.
No, that's facts, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta speak your mind, and we talked about this all camera.
Right.
These podcasts that you do is uncut. People are seeing
yeah.
the unfiltered, real version.
That's real.
Right?
That's real.
Right. No, I like that, and I respect that. You know, you putting yourself out there. You're actually building a legacy for your grandkids and your kids by doing this.
Yeah, I want my kids and grandkids to know they had a real one. I don't want nothing fake on my resume.
Man, that's facts.
If I can't speak it real, then I don't want to do it at all.
No, that's facts, baby. I appreciate that.
Straight up.
Real talk, real. Man, tell me some of the challenges you face in your family growing up as a adolescent and even as a kid. Like, let's start through 7 to 13. What were some of the challenges?
Well, I probably could say this, like, basically growing up, all I had was, for his family, like when my mama and daddy broke up, you know, I only had my mom and 4 siblings. one auntie, 4 cousins. You know, my auntie R.I.P. Cookie. You know, that was the only auntie that I had coming up. You know what I'm saying? I got another auntie that's up here. She got a little money from what I was told, you know, but on my mama's side, but she didn't deal with us at all on no level. You know what I'm saying? So I just grew up differently with basically no family. We came from a big family, but I can't really tell because, you know, didn't nobody deal with us. All I had was a mama and 4 siblings. That's how that went.
How important is your mom to you, like, really? Because there's a deep bond. Even as I was reading your book, man, there's a real close-knit relationship with you and your mom. She was always there. Tell everybody about, you know, the bond between mother and son, man. How did that shape your character to the man you are now?
Well, basically, I always was like trying to be close to my mama, but you know, at the same time, like coming up, my mama really didn't really deal with me too much, you know, like that. You know what I'm saying? I always loved my mama because she took care of me, but I guess because I was in the streets and I don't know, or it could got to do with the dad. I thought my mama hated me, honest to God truth. I always thought that on the strength of who she dated and dealt with. So I figure it was took out, a lot of stuff was took out on me, and I found out a lot of stuff from me getting older. So, you know, like for it's like she took care of me for it's like food, clothes, shelter. She did her thing. We ain't never go without. You know, my mama worked 2-3 jobs. We had decent Christmas and all that, but for it's like that motherly type love, shit that a man need, I didn't never had none of that. So that's part of the reason, like when some women be like, a lot of dudes do women kind of a certain way, it got a lot to do with the mother, how she raised them. And I could agree to that on a certain point, because if you ain't really taught your son how to love a woman, how can you expect for him to really love a woman? And so that's where it come in when it come to my daddy. My daddy a street nigga, you know, but he was also smart. So I picked up the street life. A lot of it from him, and then a lot of the older guys that I used to run with back in the day when I was like teenager, 13, 14, hanging around dudes that was in their teens, like late teen, 19, 20 and up. So I soaked up a lot of game, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, you know. First time I tried to sell drugs, I was like 13. Jumped off the porch and never looked back, and that's all I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't never been to the pen, but I was facing it. I done been on drug busts, you know what I'm saying? I never been caught with nothing or none of that, but I was in them doing them things, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff my mama don't know, and my daddy don't know that I did, but that's just how I go.
That's how I go, man.
Oh yeah.
For you to like never be caught, right? That's a blessing within itself.
Oh yeah.
Real legend. You
Oh, I'm
know?
hopping out on feet, throwing shit out the window. I ain't stopping. I done did this.
Yeah.
I done did this. Yeah.
Right. You need never being caught, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they say family and friends could bring you down and be the main reasons why you got caught.
Yeah.
How do you avoid that aspect with, you know, keeping the distance between family and friends and just still enabling not to get caught?
Well, basically, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I never really got caught. See, you know, some people, when they in the streets getting their money, how they get it.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they sell to anybody. If they see a dollar sign, they can get that money, they sell to anybody. So they don't really care. A lot of people. Me, if I had at least 5 people that spend 50 and up, that's who I mess with. Them 5 people. Only 5 people, whoever I chose, 5 people, 5, 6 people only can come to me. And don't bring no new people to me. They go through you, you come to me. So if something ever happen, I'm coming to you. You get what I'm saying? And then I was never a greedy type. And I was always taught by the OGs that's, that's probably in their 60s, late 50s and 60s to always keep a job to whatever you do. I don't care what type of job it was. You could be balling out of control, but if they see you going to get that 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And me, I always worked in the kitchen, certain stuff like that with the apron because I love to cook, still do. But, I ain't never been a greedy type dude. I'm cool with some people. They want to make thousands and thousands of dollars a day. Then when they get caught, they can't even make their own bill. I was cool with if I get anywhere from 5 to 1,000 a day, I'm straight. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm going to work. I ain't trying to be greedy. I ain't trying to be the biggest. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm just trying to get in where I fit in, get my money and get out the way, Greedy people get caught up a lot of times.
Very true, right?
Yeah.
And I love the premise on how you stay under the radar, keeping that 9 to 5, right?
Yeah, I stayed under it. Now, don't get me wrong, shit. I done been in some episodes where I'm like the lights, I'm spooked in the mug, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't my time, so, hey, for the record, I'm all legit now. But I wasn't about shit, maybe, let me see. Maybe about 7-8 years ago, somewhere around there, 7, 8, maybe 6, somewhere. I wasn't always like that.
Man, that's facts, baby.
I don't like looking over my shoulders. I'm good.
Man, I ain't no way to live.
Yeah.
Man. The way to live is being legit.
Yeah.
When we talk about legit, I know y'all see the shirt and I know y'all see the hat, the A1 clothing brand, right? Y'all invest into that. We talk about becoming legit, right? Becoming a legit entrepreneur, man, clothing brand. You got your book right there, What made you want to become legit and just become an entrepreneur and just start getting it for yourself and getting it the right way?
Basically, because I seen a lot of my partners getting caught up. You know what I'm saying? And when it get close to home, you know what I'm saying? I knew how to get in and get out. A lot of people, when they don't know how to get out, they just get greedier and greedier. And that gets you caught up. See, me, I'm cool with, get my little money and get out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, a greedy person, he don't care how he get his money. He just gonna get it. Any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? And then when you go too far, then you looking over your shoulders, or you done got tapped into their radar, and now everybody watching you. So yeah.
Basically selling your soul for the money.
Yep.
Girl, you losing yourself, selling out for the money.
Yep. You right.
Right. There's a lot of people out here doing that even as we speak now. Entertainers, right?
Yep.
People in the same game we in, selling out for the money, and they end up losing their mind and their soul, so they have to use the money to try to buy their mind and their soul back, but it never happened.
Yep, they sure do. You see it all the time.
What keeps you from staying at a legit level, right? Staying sucker free, if I would say, staying sucker free from family, friends. How do you spot out the real from the fake, man?
I can spot a person out just by off his conversation, how they talk. You know what I'm saying? I observe a real from the fake. You know what I'm saying? See, I mostly respected like a lot of the people that's older than me, and I always knew that I was ahead of my time. So, and a lot of people tell me that you remind me of such and such. When I was young, I remember I had that type of ambition when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Now I find myself telling some of certain dudes that I pick out, even if the dude he out here, he might have been a gunner, but I don't look at him like that because when I meet him, he could be the most humble, intelligent, respectful type dude. But if you play with him, he'll take it there. Yeah. I be basically talking to a lot of those type of dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them ain't really had nobody to really try to tell them nothing, like no mama, no daddy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even have that personally. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was, everybody supported me. It's like I had more support in the streets, doing what I do, how I get my money, and I wasn't legit. Then more the support that I had being legit, I ain't really had not too much support. Being legit is like, damn, crime pay. That's what I'm starting to get. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the real gonna mess with me. The fake ain't. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they don't want to see you do good. They want to see you in and out of jail or prison. You know what I'm saying? Shot up or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep a lot of haters away from me. And you know, I can't mess with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't let them come to my house or none of that. I see you in the street and say what's up or something like that, because most of y'all the people that's between my age, and I'm 46. A lot of them, if they did some of the stuff they did, they raising families now, got their own business, got grandkids, they got stuff to live for, because we didn't did that. And the people that, it's a such thing as old fools. So if you find a dude that's in his 40s, in 50s, and he's still doing the same thing that he was doing when he was in his teens and 20s and early 30s, why would I want that man around me? You know what I'm saying? I can't learn nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get me to go backwards, and I'm trying to move forward.
Backwards thinking.
Right.
Backwards thinking. You know, there's a mindset, man. He's still in the child's mindset and everything like that, man. You know, there's no evolution for growth.
Right.
You know, people like us, we're all about a growth mindset. And who we hang around is who we become.
Right.
So, I want to hang around entrepreneurs. I want to be around people that get like me.
Right. That's the only people, them the only people I'm trying to be around. People that's trying to get it like me.
Right.
Network with all the real ones. I don't want to be around nobody that ain't know nothing.
That's facts, man. You said something very profound in the last podcast about family and business, right?
Yeah.
Let's elaborate that more. Have you ever had any family want to like collab with you on your stuff? And if so, how did that go, or would you ever do?
No, I ain't never had no family that want to collab with me. Now I done had family that some of them want shit for free.
Free?
Yeah, or they see exactly what I do. Man, and a lot of times they won't even share it. They won't promote. You don't personally have to buy nothing. It ain't gonna cost you nothing to click the button.
Yeah.
Somebody else might. They won't even do that.
They won't even click the button.
Nah.
Damn.
I'm telling you, my biggest fan base is a person that don't even know me, that want to know me. It ain't family. You know what I'm saying? It ain't family. I ain't met one yet. Not even the siblings. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100. It ain't even the siblings. You know what I'm saying? The most support I ever got is from a person that don't personally really know me, or they know me from social media. So, and then like friends, I don't really have too many friends. Like anybody that I consider a friend, I call them family, like yourself. That's all family. You know what I'm saying? But cause friends, that's a hard word.
Yeah.
Friend, I done had so. I'm gonna tell you this. I used to hang around a gang of dudes. Guess what? A lot of them tried to cross me, try to holler at your women behind your back, all type of stuff. So, or they'd tell a female, I don't fuck with him, but it'd be right in my face. A couple of 30 minutes later, and act like nothing ever happened. When you keep a whole lot of dudes around you, they'll try to fuck your woman. That's why I tell my kids, my sons, don't bring no niggas around your woman. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't loyal. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty is everything. If these your friends, you gonna see it. You gonna see if they your real friends. Then like for us, I used to have a lot of women friends. 2 thumbs down. That was all bad, because I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of them will say they your friend. They'll say they your friend until you get to speaking real. If you get to speaking real shit that they done did, then they don't really like it. You know, so if they your real friend, they supposed to hear you. That's just like right now. If I'm a dude, if you tell me as a woman, oh well, men ain't shit, or men did this and men that, this is what I'm gonna say to them. Shit, I believe you, because I know some niggas that do some of the same shit you saying, so it's some truth in it. I ain't gonna say you lying, but if I say a lot of these women ain't really shit, you know what they gonna hit me with? It's the women you know, or all women ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that's because they trying to. That's because only 9 times out of 10 because they ain't 9 times out of 10. They either ain't seen what I'm talking about, or they had seen it and played stupid, or they doing everything that I'm saying right now as we speak, so they don't want to see it in the flesh, so we don't see eye to eye. So I don't really consider a lot of them, because your friend don't listen to you. Your friend gonna hear you out. Why you say these type of things? You know what I'm saying? And if any woman asks me, well, how you feel a certain way about this, I can explain it to them. I either had to went through it myself, or I know somebody that went through it. Most everything I speak on, all the way to my book, I personally went through it, so I can speak on it. So I don't be trying to hear not every female. I didn't say every female, but I'm gonna tell you this out of 100%. I'm gonna tell you straight up, 80%. It's doing it. I don't give a fuck how good your job is, how much money you make. None of that matters. You can fuck with a girl right now, and she could be, have a bad crib, nice car, got money and everything. Her attitude shitty. She's a big ass slut. Or her mouth slick. You know what I'm saying? She don't know how to treat a man. You can go on and on. You know what I'm saying? So your jobs and none of that don't really impress me. I go by how a person is. You know what I'm saying? They can treat. I'll take a woman that ain't really got nothing and make her into something versus a motherfucker that, you know what I'm saying, got something. They're just like this. I'll take a regular cute female that's decent enough for me over a so-called bad bitch. I'm gonna set the record straight. I ain't never wanted a bad so-called bad bitch, cause all the women that I fucked with that thought they was really bad, I mostly treated them like shit. Cause nigga, when I fucked with them, I seen they wasn't really shit. You know what I'm saying? They was either trying to fuck with me cause they either thought a nigga looked good, what I had, or money, cars, all that type of stuff. So I'd rather have somebody that want me for me. I can lose this tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Is you still gonna rock with me? You gonna still love me the same as if I didn't have it? Most of them is not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how that goes.
Now, what you said was facts, right?
Right.
A lot of women don't want to hear the truth.
Oh yeah.
You know,
They don't.
You hit them with that cold truth, right?
Yeah, they don't.
That cold truth, it hits them in a way to the point where they automatically have to get defensive, right?
Yeah.
When you get defensive, that's when you show your true nature.
Mm-hmm.
Because now your core value is being questioned. You gotta protect that core value by any means necessary.
Right.
You gotta lie to yourself and rather hear the truth.
Yep.
Then not even take accountability or have an ideal of self-reflection within yourself.
Right.
And say, okay, wait a minute. This man is right. Let me accept what this man is saying.
Yep.
You also said something very profound too about how taking somebody who is less, maybe attracted to the point, bad bitch, right?
Right.
Somebody who's more cooperative.
Yep.
I'd rather take somebody who's cooperated and coachable, right? I can coach them.
Exactly.
I can easily get them in the gym, get them to lose weight. I can easily, educate them, right?
Speaking of that,
Come on. Right.
what I noticed, and I'm gonna set the record straight on this, and you tell me if I'm right or wrong, because you be in the gym just like me. I hear a lot of black women talk about a lot of white girls. I hear this a lot. But who be in the gym the most? Black women or white women? I see more white women in the gym more than black women. What do you see?
See, somewhat where I'm at, I see a mixture of both. Right.
Right.
but the demographics, the
Yeah.
statistics
Yeah.
will show that a lot more, black women are eating on the unhealthier kick, right?
Right.
They're not educated on
Yeah.
their health, right?
Yeah.
And then they're kind of stuck in their ways on
Yep.
their eating habits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
when you look at it, right, and then the coachability
Right.
too. So
Yeah.
you are
Yeah.
right.
Because now, when you go in the gym, and you see a lot of them, they like you said, you can't really coach too many black women. They got a smart mouth,
Yeah.
or they'll tell you something. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know nothing, you should just be quiet and listen.
Of course.
That's why I've been in the gym. I see a whole lot of black men in the gym more than the black women. And then, like, a lot of them be like, "Oh, them white girls this shit." I done seen more white women with badass bodies. You know what I'm saying? Shaped and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it don't take shit to work out. If you want to lose weight or however tone your body up, just do that shit. You will hear a person to tell you, "Oh, I want to lose weight and I want to shake my body up." I hear them saying this probably for years and never do shit.
Years.
And never do shit. All you do is eat, and then say you thick. Well, take them clothes, take them leggings off.
Take them leggings off. The words ain't matching the
Yeah,
actions.
yeah,
Right? And the
yeah.
habits actually shape your future. So
Yeah.
you do have a habit of eating, and you're
Uh-huh.
not really able to take that self-reflection. More than educate yourself on the aspects of the toxic food that you are putting into your body that's causing inflammation and that's causing you to actually be depressed, right? Then you are really eating yourself into an early death and an early depression.
Right.
So would you look at that aspect of, some of the black women not, working out, of course, and of course the media itself sensationalizing this type of weight. It's good to be big. What do you got to say about that? The media and all these other aspects, even female rappers kind of encouraging the obesity.
Shit, they want us to kill each other anyway. They want to kill us off anyway. So, of course, they going to promote it. They going to promote it. Because, when you go to work and you see something, you'll see them come out with a fruit, a peanut butter sandwich, a salad or something. I ain't never really seen too many other races of women that just go out and just fuck some food up on lunch break and shit. Some, very few will, but, you know what I'm saying? I ain't seen too many. I mean, they might go to McDonald's or something like that, but I done seen some chicks. The black girls can eat. You better have somebody fucking with them.
That's facts.
Yeah, I fuck with them, but I'm like, damn, some of them they just don't want to listen to the black man. It ain't nothing you can do about that.
Health is a big thing. So you either gotta be trying or you gonna hit the gym or
you got to be.
That's part of a balance.
Yeah.
I could get you there.
Yeah.
You gotta show that motivation.
And then if you deal with a female, let's say you are a man but you in the gym, but then you get insecure because he in the gym and you figuring he gonna look at another chick in there. Okay, if you that insecure, go get in the gym with him.
Go get in the gym.
Yeah, but a lot of them, they don't want to do, I'm tired, or I'm sleepy, or I got to do this, and I got to do that. So you can't be mad. Your insecurities is because of your own self. You don't really want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You talk a lot, but you ain't with no action.
It's almost like a self-sabotage in a relationship.
Yep.
You ain't willing to change.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Talk about how change and growth is so important, even within family, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can you believe, is there a possibility that all family and friends can change, or are some of them just stuck in their ways to a certain extent?
I mean, anybody can change if they want to. They're just like me, I change. So if I change for the better, so like I used to, like back in the day, I used to like partying a lot. in clubs, messing with a whole lot of women, different women. I don't even know some of their names. You just either got a fat ass, nice body, cute, or you easy. I mean, I never really asked questions. That's just what I did. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can change if they want to. You got to change your mentality, and that starts with yourself. So, how I am now, a lot of the women, they ain't gonna like me now because I speak on the stuff that I don't like. Now, that's just like on social media. If I tell somebody, if I say I don't like women to do this, or I don't let my woman do this, you can't knock me for saying that, because that's just like a woman. If a woman tell you, I ain't messing with no man to do this and this and that, okay, ain't nobody gonna jump down her throat and say, you know, what's wrong with a man having standards? I didn't have standards back in the day, but I got them now. So, you know, like me, more, if you got a decent family, I think family is important if you got a decent family. If you got friends, that's important if you got real solid friends. But the fake ones, I don't really care. I see them every now and then and glance at them. You know, hey, what's up, and keep it moving. We ain't kicking it and none of that type of stuff, because I know people that same age as me doing the same thing they was doing literally when we was in high school. Gray all in their beard. You was a bum back then, and you still a bum now. Real for real. That's how they was. So, you know, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, man, it's crazy. I see so much stuff, boy. It's crazy. I don't even understand how they be doing all that. You know, you don't want to change. You think if somebody owe you something, don't nobody owe you nothing. You owe it to yourself. Yeah. It ain't my fault that you didn't do nothing with your life, and every time you look around, you got an excuse.
There's always an excuse.
Yeah. I couldn't do this because of that. I didn't try this because of that. You know what I'm saying? I even know some chicks. I know some chicks that still stay with their mama and daddy and had 3 or 4 kids. How you got 3 or 4 kids staying with your parents? You really never been on your own.
Never.
And then still depend on their parents. At 40 and 50, your parents probably 60, 70 years old, you still dependent on them like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't want no chicks like that. That's bad for business.
It's bad for business.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing.
Nope, nothing.
Dependency. You're in a state of learned helplessness.
Yep, you ain't lying.
And you talk about the black community and black women, black men. They're in this dependency state, this entitlement state, and we talk about this a lot in our podcast. The information is all in these books, right?
Straight up.
Right?
Yep.
Right. It's all in the books. You just gotta educate yourself. You can't depend on the indoctrination school, right? Which is a programming that's not gonna teach you anything.
Right. The schools, that's why I said the schools wasn't teaching it. They only was programmed to teach us what the government wanted us to know.
Yeah.
They took, just like in that book, the Willie Lynch, all our real information was shaved down and they gave us an image.
An image of religion.
And most of that stuff that they said in schools, a lot of it wasn't real. A lot of it.
Let me ask you this, right? You know, we're talking about change, we're talking about family, we're talking about friends, man. We're talking about school. So, like, if you were to open up an A1 university, right? And I believe anything's possible the way you're doing. You're moving at quantum speed right now. You're putting in the work.
I'm trying.
You're putting in the work. I see it. So, if you were to start an A1 university, man, maybe 6 classes that will be in that university that you're going to teach these kids right now.
The first one, history. Do your research. Don't listen to cause see, a lot of the white men ain't gonna tell you the truth. But a lot of them, they know the truth. Cause their ancestors and grandparents know the real. So, you know what I'm saying? History, reading, math, English, let me see. And you gotta put the cooking in there. You gotta put the cooking in there. Survival skills too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I can dig it, man. You know, all that's very important, especially the reading aspect. You know,
right.
Comprehend what you read. what you're reading.
Right.
You wrote a book, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It takes
Two of them.
comprehension, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Right? So it takes a certain amount of education, a certain amount of writing,
Right.
English, composition.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If I wanted to write a book right now, man, or anybody for that matter, what are some of the jewels you would give somebody want to start off? I mean, because you got 2, 3 books, and you're constantly writing.
It's kind of like a journal. Sometimes I might go a whole day. Something didn't happen, or I just think of stuff and I just jot it down, like brainstorming. That's how I usually do. And then, you just put it all together when you're done. You type it up, or either have somebody else format it for you, save it. That's basically what I've been doing. Eventually, I'm gonna write a children's book.
Man, what would that be like?
Change the alphabets. It ain't gonna be A stand for apple. It's gonna be A stand for something else.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be something different.
Right. So that A standing for something more of a symbolic meaning rather than just an
Ancestors.
Album. Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like it. Ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What would the B stand for?
Shit, I ain't thought of it yet, but it takes a lot of brainstorming. So
Yeah.
But I know that's my next move. After I drop these next 2 books, that's gonna be the next move.
Right. Touching the children, you know what I'm saying, in a positive way, man.
Mm-hmm.
Enlightenment.
Right.
Man, you feel like after everything you learn, right? We talked about earlier in this video how you learn from the OGs.
Right.
And you actually, becoming
Right.
OG and just really talking to the youth and kind of seeing a lot of the youth in you, right?
Right.
With you writing the children's books now, and you feel like you are taking a place of just building your legacy and implementing that to the kids.
Yeah, that and basically, I basically can touch on certain subjects that some of the kids probably going through that I didn't already went through. So that got a lot to do with it too. I always used to want to be the type to go speak to kids too, though. I still would.
Really?
That's why I used to want to see how to get my books in some of the schools and all that. Because it ain't too many black books in the public schools.
There's a lot.
And they can't say nothing about the cussing because I'm gonna tell you why.
Sure.
If you say a cuss word every now and then, I done had English classes and I done seen some cussing in English books, especially when I went to college.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't learn about Michael Jordan. I didn't learned about in one of my books about the KFC, how they slaughter their heads and how do they be pissing on the chickens and all that. It's a lot of stuff they do in that slaughterhouse.
Damn.
It's in the English book.
English.
Yeah. And I learned about what's that singer now? I forgot her name. Not Fantasia. It's the other one. What is her name? It is Jennifer Hudson. Yep, she's in there. Yeah, she's in the social study book. English book too.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't learn how they done sold some of them that didn't sold their peoples out to get rich and all that. They put more stuff in an English book than what you think. But not all the stuff is true. They gonna always belittle the black people.
Of course,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I seen it for myself in the book. I'm like, man, I don't know how true it is, but that's what they put in there.
You believe in saying that history always repeats itself?
Yep, it's doing it right now.
It's doing it right now as we speak.
Right now. Mm-hmm.
It's like a loop.
Yep, just like in the Bible say, you look at the kids.
Yeah.
They said, you know what I'm saying? Like the kids don't even respect the older people no more. I remember when I used to be younger, 13, 14, we couldn't even cuss around the people that was 21. They was older than they grown.
Yeah.
Not even 21. Nowadays, man, you find 10, 11, 12-year-olds be cussing. Look at social media, how a lot of these new generation men and women do their kids in their 20s and early 30s. They let they sons dress like they a grown man. Put big old chains, medallions, and all that around their neck. Look at how they got the girls, the little babies, 2, 3 years old, cussing, bouncing their ass to certain music and all that, and laugh. They do all this for likes to go viral. But when they child start getting older and they doing it for real, it ain't gonna be funny then. It ain't gonna be funny when you had her out here 3 or 4 years old trying to make her go viral so you can get the money. Now your daughter 13, 14, she fucking for real, for a bag. And she on. Some get on from a bag, you know what I'm saying? Some of them will meet up with the right nigga and he put her on. But she's a hoe though. Or a call girl, stripper, anything, you know what I'm saying?
Hold that thought. Change the battery real fast. Hold that thought. We getting it in. This shit, bro. You like
right.
This coming
out?
out?
Yeah, I like it, yeah.
How that camera looking?
Oh, it's cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
My words stick. You can visualize me when you sleep. I got family and loved ones I'm never gonna see. Backed against the wall thinking about heaven and hell. Only time will tell if I ever gonna see these jails.
My life, why we gotta live like this? My life, still committing sins in this. My life, tell me that's the heaven above. Heaven for us, God please show me
It's
some
like
love.
back in the day, growing up in the PJs, little nigga with no leeway, so I'ma take it easy, with no childhood, but it was still all good. Growing up with the rats and the roaches, using water for milk and our cereals. Mama wearing black eyes, Papa's down on his luck. Got him smoking with clucks, got me thinking it wasn't all that bad. If my mama was still stuck with his ass, need money, welfare took care of my ass.
Lights, camera, action, second thing.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, we talk about the youth though, like you said, like it's all about creation, right? You gon' and kids are like sponges, like they're still unconscious around that age, so whatever you feed into them reflects their core values in life when they turn 13, 14.
Right.
It sticks with them. So as a parent, right, and you said this, there's parents out here exposing their kids to this type of low vibrational behavior.
Right.
Right. You feel like now, like you being out on these platforms, I consider you as like an influencer, right? You know you speaking your truth.
Right.
Right. Do you feel like you have a responsibility to kind of just keep making these videos now?
Oh yeah, see, I want to be the type that what a person won't listen to from me. If I get on a platform, oh, somebody tap it in, somebody they listening, you know what I'm saying, and somebody going through it. See, some people they don't like to hear the truth until something bad happens. Once it happens, then they be looking stupid. But I've been speaking on it and telling you this. That just like I know some chicks that they be right with their sons, right? They sons that have a house full of dudes, and they all throwing up gang signs, guns on them, and you know the mama be right in the middle. Oh, these like my sons. Okay, there they like your sons. You feel safe because your son got 4, 5, 6 niggas around him with guns. But as soon as when they knock the head nigga, you panic mode because now they killed the nigga that you thought was tough that couldn't be touched. So. And then I know some of these women that done lost sons, cause like me, most of my kids like that lived in my house, ain't none of that bad stuff. I mean, every kid gonna go through something. Every kid gonna make a bad decisions. Yeah. But a lot of them that had a good parent or a father figure or a mother figure, they gonna bounce back. But a lot of the ones that didn't, they got to bump their head and keep doing it until they learn, and some don't never learn. Because I know some chicks that's between my age or a little younger than me. And I ask them to this day, Where your son at? I remember when you had him, he was probably like 1, 2 years old. By the time he hit 18, he dead. He locked up. He got about 5 years or better. And all I see him is on there, free such and such. Or I wish my son be home. But when he here, a lot of them, man, a lot of them women, they want they son be the man of the house.
Yeah.
The son is the man. So as me being a man, I wouldn't want to go over to a woman's house and see her son run her house.
Right.
So how would you feel like as a man? You the man, because if you mess with the mama, you supposed to be the king of the castle.
Of course. Yeah.
Now, I'm not staying in no house or dealing with no woman to where she's scared of her son or scared of her daughter and they run the house. Man,
In the house, yeah.
I hit her and bounce out. That's all I could do for her. You know, and that's why you see a lot of, think about it. When me and you was probably coming up, you will see more women stuck with their boyfriends and baby daddies 10, 15 years. Nowadays, all these women is hollering out they single. And men ain't shit. Now check it out.
Yeah.
You can't say men ain't shit because you choose a certain type of dude that you like. You chose the ain't shit ass nigga. If this nigga look good and something about him you like, or he got a nice car, you know he got bitches to come with that. So you chose to bust it open and start catching feelings for the man. Then when it don't go right, you want to tell your friends, oh, he got a bitch. Nigga, it's some dude, I'm a witness.
Right.
And I personally did it. I done told chicks, I got a woman. They don't give a fuck. I got other kids. They don't give a fuck. They still gonna bust it open. They still gonna let you come up in them, get them pregnant, even if you don't want to be there. And if you don't want to be there, now they want to talk bad about you. So a lot of the women, they lying on a lot of these men. Not all the men ain't told them the truth. Some of them know they got a woman at home, but they still choose to mess with that dude. So if you choose to mess with that dude, why you gonna lie on him? You know what I'm saying? You knew what it was when you met him. Now you got some women that don't know, but you got a lot that do know.
That do know.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them that do know. Because if you see this man keep posting pictures with a certain chick, you know he fucking somebody. And then you see most women say they single. Somebody in her bed every night. It might not be her husband. It might not be her boyfriend. But it's a nigga she can call that fuck her every night or every other night. Or when the kids go to sleep, the littler kids, or if they older, they room door shit and they slide the nigga in real quick. Cause I done did it back in the day. I done did it fucking with some chicks. They wait till the kids go to sleep, thinking the kids stupid, 13, 14. I'll come over. Then when a nigga chews up and they don't want to fuck with him, he ain't shit, girl. You want to spread a rumor on him. He ain't shit. Well, shit, if he ain't shit, why you tripping off of him?
Why you mad?
Yeah, and I always had this saying, stop talking about a dude bad if you done fucked him over more than one time. If you fucked him more than once, stop lying to people talking about he ain't shit, or you'll make up some shit on the nigga when really you and your feelings, you really want the nigga still.
Of course.
So you gotta lie on his name. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I ain't never understood none of that. See, I respect the real women. I don't fuck with the fake ones. See, the real ones gonna keep it 100. Them the ones that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I'll be more cooler with them because you gonna tell it like it is on both sides.
Yeah.
If you gonna tell the story, tell it on a woman. You a woman, so you know what women do.
Right.
Just like I'm a man, I know what men do. So with that being said, it's fucked up men and fucked up women. It ain't just all the blame on the man.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't. They'll say all the time, like I was on social media, they'll say, if you put a man in a woman's shoe, when it got to do with taking care of a kid, he gonna fold. Well, I'm gonna set the record straight. I done had 14 kids and raised 11 in a 3-bedroom apartment from 3 different mothers. Okay, well, I took them in. So that means that woman folded, right?
Yeah.
She folded because a real woman ain't getting rid of her kids. A real woman is not they gonna go through it with their kids. You know what I'm saying? And most of these women in this generation, in this 2025, man, they don't give a fuck about their kids. It's a money bag. It's a money thing. You know what I'm saying? You use the kid for the money. I'ma sit this little bad motherfucker, boy or girl here, cause as long as I got this child, I'ma put that nigga on child support. Cause if you I hear all these women talking about putting niggas on child support, but if the shoe was on the foot, the woman don't want to be on child support either. So if they talk all that stuff, but you put a lot of these women in a man's situation, you don't want to pay $500-600 either or more. Cause some of these women is greedy. I see a man, he might be paying $300 or $400 for one child. I done seen some chicks come back, that ain't enough. Okay, well, if that was you don't want to get your whole check up either. So make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this: if a man if he making a few thousand a month, and if he gave you for one child $300-400, if that's all he can do, he's giving that faithfully $300-400, and it ain't hurting him. Why you gonna try to break him?
Right.
You want to take everything he got so you can go ahead and talk bad about that black man and be like, yo, daddy ain't shit or he a bum. You want to basically make yourself look good more than him. But in reality, if he ain't got it for himself, how can he have it for you?
That's facts.
He can't have it for you or his kid. And really, a man don't owe no baby mama. Just because we fucked and had a kid, I don't owe you shit. I owe the child. Fuck you. That's what your nigga's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I be paying attention because I'm a different type. I'm not going for it. If you fucking niggas, just because you my baby mama, don't mean I have to pay your light bill. Now, I can look out every now and then, but you got other kids in this motherfucker. Where they daddies at? That means you supposed to get on your hustle harder than him.
Right.
So, with that being said, stop letting niggas come up in you and go bareback. If you ain't handling your business, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like when they had that show going. That what was it on social media when the dude bought the cheeseburger for his child?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Man, I was against all that. If that man come over and feed his child, who's to say that man can't come over there? I can do it. I did it with my child. I did sometime I feed the rest of my baby mama kids, but that ain't my job. You know what I'm saying? My job is my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I pull up, hey, you want some McDonald's or something? Daddy about to pull up and bring you some food. It ain't my fault. Nigga, she got a daddy that'll do that shit. You should hit your baby daddy up, or you can't knock a nigga for taking care of his kids or doing what he supposed to do. He don't owe your kids shit. That ain't your man. What y'all did was in the past.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I do it a lot. If I'm in the area, you want some candy, daddy gonna buy you $10-15 worth of candy, food, whatever you want. I drop it off to you. Yeah, I know it other kids in the house, but I'm not obligated to them other kids. I'm obligated to my kids. Every now and then I don't mind. I might buy enough for all the kids, but I don't have to. My responsibility is my child that's in that house.
Yeah.
And a lot of them get mad. Pick better. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if a dude did something for his child and not mine, I ain't fucked up about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Call your daddy. You know, not every time I'm coming through, because I work a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? If I can't do it, then I can't do it. You ain't missing shit. This ain't no competition. As long as you got food, clothes on your back, and you ain't going without, nigga, my job done. I'm spending time with my kids and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, I want to touch this on the subject. A lot of these women act like they kids by their daddy, and they daddy got other kids ain't really important. You know what I'm saying? I didn't seen this. So that's just like if you have a baby, the mother will act like the baby that you had by the other child ain't that important. But she done fucked and had a kid by a random nigga that she call her man. But she act like that baby is more important than her baby daddy. But in reality, nah, not for real, because it go by the daddy. So you can have 4 or 5 different baby daddies. Yeah, they all sisters and brothers, but for real, in real life, nigga, they have. They have sisters and brothers, however you like it. They have. I don't care. Your mama can have 4 baby daddies, and all 4 of them kids stay in her house. They still have siblings. Half. You know what I'm saying? That's why you will see a lot of times the girl that you don't like, if she have a baby, she look just like your child. You know why? Because it came from the daddy. The daddy. You know what I'm saying? Barely seldom you will see the mama's child favor your child by the other men. But most of the time, they daddy's kids are gonna look like, because the daddy is the one that make the kids. The woman just carry it, but they act like the woman is so much more important. But in reality, they wouldn't. I'm gonna tell you this, they important for as nurturing, supposedly, and they carry the baby. We make the motherfuckers. You ain't never heard of Awun clinic. A nigga just come up in that motherfucker and shoot it and then it fertilize and make a baby. But they damn sure got sperm banks. Yeah, nigga can come in there, he can shoot his cum up. He don't know who he got pregnant, because she ain't gonna do that. The doctor ain't gonna do nothing but take that nigga semen and shoot it up in the woman. You ain't even seen this woman. You don't even know what she look like, but you can get her pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So all that fake stuff, I'm gonna use the new school word. Stop capping. The man is damn sure important. I don't know who lied to him and said they wasn't. And I don't even like talking to a dumb woman, you know what I'm saying, that thinks she's way more important than a man. No. Not in we ain't gonna vibe together, because how she think is differently. I believe both parents is important. I believe both parents, because they all play a separate role. You know what I'm saying? The mama is the nurturer. The daddy is like the hunter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how that goes. But people don't want to hear that. You know, it's everything. Every time you look around, niggas ain't shit. My man ain't shit. If they wasn't shit, why you keep busting it open? If men ain't shit to a lot of women, why you keep going to these clubs? You going to the club to meet a man. You ain't going there because I like to dance. You ain't going there, you going to that motherfucker because you know if your broke ass go to the club, you done spent all your money. It's a trick ass nigga in the club that wants some pussy. Right. So what he gonna do? You gonna dress like a hoe, or like a slut, or just be a woman and come in that motherfucker and ask a nigga to buy you a drink, or some niggas volunteer and get your number. Right. So we can't do it. They're just like Mother's Day and Father's Day. Yeah. Father's Day really ain't shit to us. I was talking about this at work just last week. A father can be taking care of his kids since day one, paying child support or however they got it worked out. Most of them same kids, the mama will turn them against the daddy. You know what I'm saying? And when the kids get older, they don't give a fuck about their daddy. A lot of times, unless he probably dead, and some of them don't really give a fuck about him then. They only call the daddy when they need something. Yeah. But if my kids did me like that, nigga, I ain't picking up. Yeah. Or if I do pick up, I'm gonna tell you, nigga, I ain't got it when I do got it. Cause nigga, if you can't call me, boy or girl, say, daddy, how you doing, or what you doing, you mad at me on the strip, I probably fucked your mom and didn't want her. So what? I'm real with it. I tell my kids, your daddy wasn't never a one woman man at the time. I wasn't. I like variety of women, but I wanted every last kid that I had. I didn't believe in abortions. Now, since I didn't choose up and fuck with your mama like that, she gonna tell you another story. He can't see his child, or she want to control the situation. And then most of them, they'll let you see your kids when they want to fuck. Or when they want to go see it. It don't work like that, because you can't never use my kids against me. It's either you want a father, or you want a daddy. Father gonna do it all. Daddy, anybody can be a daddy. You know what I'm saying? And they just get mad. I'm not a type of person when it comes to it, they can't run me. I don't take orders from women unless I was locked up or on a job. That's just how I always been. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm a man, an alpha male at that. You know what I'm saying? So if you see me with a woman, you better believe I'm in full control. Other than that, you ain't gonna sit with me. It just ain't working out, baby. Because, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. Would you let a woman just automatically tell you what to do? You the man. Now, if you telling me something good that can help me, that's differently. You know what I'm saying? How to basically got to do with my job or get money or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's different. Before you do this and do nah, that ain't happening. I'm the man. That ain't even in the Bible. The man is a leader. But I also understand a lot of these dudes can't lead either. A lot of them can't lead. Lead you straight to hell. Straight up. So I understand where a lot of the women that say a lot of these men can't lead. I know for a fact that a lot of them can't. You would tell, they're just like you got the stupid men that do this. You got a woman that got your baby, or you mess with a woman that got kids. You will really have her and her kids in the house and sell dope out the house while all the kids there knowing goddamn well if they kick in, feds kicking that motherfucker. You going to jail, she going to jail, and the kids going to DFS. So that was the stupidest move. So a real man, like anything I did, I didn't want nobody come to my house. I wasn't gonna bring none of that around my kids. What I did in the street, that's what I did in the street. But you ain't coming to my house. You know what I'm saying? Different motherfuckers. Nah. Making my house hot? Nah. But a lot of these women that lost their motherfucking whole mind fucking with the wrong nigga. And then when the nigga get caught up, you allowing this nigga to control you from prison. You a fool. You can't even lose. You can't even, and then you only going by whatever, like what he did in the streets. If the nigga, I'm gonna tell you this, the nigga did 5 years. If he got 5 or 10 years in prison, the nigga wasn't taking care of you, helping you pay bills, help you with a car note. I'm talking on the regular, and you get and the nigga probably was fucking your friends and fucked a lot of bitches on you. And he go to jail 5-10 years, and he talking about, baby, wait, put some money on my books. I'm gonna tell you right now, you a stupid bitch if you do it. The nigga didn't treat you right while he was out, and you want to do right by this nigga. That would have been my real reason. That nigga locked up, I'm gone. Nigga, I wouldn't answer a phone call, cut that nigga off forever. I ain't answering a letter, none of that. Nigga, he didn't take care. Now, if the nigga was solid for you when he was out, go on and rock with him if that's what you're gonna do. But it's certain stipulations to that. Yeah. I'll keep money on your book, but life goes on. If you in that motherfucker 5-6 years, you got to know she gonna get some dick. Yeah. You got to know. If you thinking she ain't fucking, she gonna fuck. It's very few of them that gonna wait 5 years and not fuck. Very few. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't ask a motherfucker, wait. If you would, I put it like this. If I was locked up in that position, and now only person really gotta wait like that, if that's the case, your wife. Cause she married you. She obligated. Because she knew what you was before she married you. She knew you was in the streets before she married you. She's obligated. Not an average baby mama or a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if you go to jail and you talking about put money on it, but you should be happy if she ain't got no man and she come and see you put money on your book. But who she give her pussy to is her business. Yeah. Cause nigga, she ain't gotta put that 100, that 50 and that 100 on your book once a month. She ain't gotta do that, but she doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't control nothing from prison. Now, if she wanna be with you and don't get into nothing serious, and she just riding it out until you get out, that's different. That's her business. Yeah. But she don't owe you shit. You did that to yourself.
You did it to yourself.
Yeah.
That's an accountability issue we talked about that people just do not want to face.
Yeah, they don't want to face it. But I'm gonna keep it 100. Nobody. One thing about me, I always say this: I never depend. If I was locked up for a long period of time, I told my sons, my twin sons, only one I would expect to do anything for is lawyers. If lawyers to help get me out or make my bond is them two.
Yeah,
Them two. Them two first.
Yeah.
Now I probably would certain kids, but them the number ones that I will go to. You know what I'm saying? And if my mama was alive, my mama, because my mama was the only woman that ever been there for me like that. All my life. Yeah. All my life. Even though she was kind of mean. Yeah. But for her being mean made me be a better father. Yeah.
How did that shape your character with her being mean? What were some of the things she would say, do that actually toughen you up?
Well, I could say, for as her being mean, for us, like, I couldn't run her house. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Yeah. I had curfews.
Okay.
We had to have respect and stuff like that. And my mama was strict. Clean house and go to school, stuff like that. But as far as like teaching you what the facts of life, and I had to learn that on my own. You know what I'm saying? What type of women to pick, I had to learn that on my own. So I crashed a lot. But I take responsibility for the choices that I made and the women and some of the kids, mothers that I done had. And I be looking back sometimes now and be like, damn, I can't believe I had a baby by that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But the kid is here now, so you know, straight up. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. I know it was some baby mamas and probably a couple of more females that wish death on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll do it. Fuck him. I hope he die. But guess what though? Y'all had it mapped out for me to be locked up, dead, in prison. Shit, it ain't happened yet because, you know what I'm saying, I moved totally differently. So, I know you want to see me like that. So, I distance myself away from them. Because I ain't gonna let you trick me off the streets. You know what I'm saying? I got too much shit I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? While I'm living. If you ain't did nothing with your life, that's a personal problem. You know what I'm saying? If the nigga that you fucking with, you know what I'm saying, ain't on shit, that's a personal problem. Because if you ain't a gold digger woman, you won't see her with me. That's a promise. That's a promise. I can love a motherfucker today and give a fuck about them tomorrow. It's hard. Like I was always saying, it was hard being my woman. I'm the type of dude I could fuck with a woman for 10 years and don't catch no feelings. I done did, and it would be nothing if she say we ain't together or we nigga don't mean nothing. I only ever gave a fuck about really 2 women in my life.
Damn.
In my life, I liked some women, but I didn't never like been attached to none. And that was the one, my first baby mama. And the second one that I had the most kids by. You know what I'm saying? Now the other baby mamas I had, some of them I had love for, like, you know, we tight like that, but it wasn't really nothing that serious. You know what I'm saying, like that. You know, but can't hate the player, shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it was, though. You know, hell yeah. Now I'm cool with a couple of baby mamas that we didn't patch stuff up now that the kids grown. You know what I'm saying? But some of the others, you know, it is what it is. I had grudges against some of my baby mamas on the shit that they did. I had grudges because see, if you had an issue with me, you basically fucked up a bond between me and my child. You would tell your story, but don't want me to tell mine. You will go tell, oh, your daddy didn't want to fuck with you. You a lie. I didn't want to fuck with you. We were just fucking. That's all. I'll pull up, knock you there, and I'm gone. And you knew at the end of the day, I had a man. For 25 years. You knew it. You knew it. And then that's why you don't never, like I'll tell you don't never post all your happiness on your relationship. Because it might be a chick out here that liked at you for real, and she ain't shit. And I promise you, the main female that say they loved you or liked you, she really ain't shit a lot of times. And this don't got nothing to do with she got her shit together. It's a lot of females that got their shit together and they ain't shit. I done been on. Tell me this, you done interviewed and been around a lot of women. So it's a lot of women that you see drive nice cars, got a nice apartment or a house. That don't mean they ain't shit, but some of them the biggest hoes.
Exactly.
Biggest hoes. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no type of class or nothing. It's a lot of those. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? So they get mad, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's how that go.
Yeah. The status, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The status, the materialistic. You
Yeah.
can't cover up
Mm-hmm.
your own shadows,
Yeah.
your own insecurities. It's gonna show
Yeah.
regardless. And as men, we gotta be able to peep that.
Yeah.
We can't be too naive, right?
Right.
Don't put nothing past nobody, especially
Yeah.
a woman. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
You always gotta, think like, okay, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
So have those boundaries as a man and stand your ground.
Right.
And don't go back on your word and be like, because once you do that, the woman ain't even gonna respect you.
Nope.
You gotta stand your ground
Yep.
and show like, okay, I'm a motherfucker that mean what he stands, so
Straight
you
up.
better not cross me or there's gonna be consequences.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
That's just like I want to speak on this. When it comes to kids,
Yeah.
the closest thing could break a nigga heart or fuck is my own kids. A woman could never break me. Because I looked at it like this. She only gonna do what you allow her to do. If she gonna fuck or cheat on you, she gonna do that regardless. I'm not going to prison. I'm not killing no nigga over no woman.
Right?
I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck how much love, because if she fucked you, she wasn't for me.
Exactly.
And if she did fuck you, and she came back and I let her back, I got a trick for her. You ain't coming back just like that. It's some shit I need you to do.
Yeah.
Or you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna be paying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be something. I got something for you. You can't that's just like when you see these dudes break these girls' heart, and the girl was real to him, and she fucked with him again and again, guess what? Nigga, you gonna buy her car.
Yeah.
You gonna either gonna pay her school tuition and shit. You gonna do something for her to try to get back in. You gonna do something besides giving her some dick.
Right.
So I look at it like this. When it comes like some of my kids, man, I feel like it's crazy when I say this. I got 14, and I probably say this personally. I could be lying, so I don't know how everybody. I probably say maybe half of them really love their daddy. Maybe the other half look at me as far as money or whenever they need me. Because, you know what I'm saying, a lot of them don't check on me. I'm going to tell you this straight up. The kids that's grown, like or almost grown, that don't live in my house, only about four or five of them call me. Now my oldest, they check on me all the time. They check on me all the time. And then my next oldest son, well, probably the fourth oldest, he always calling me and stuff like this. And let me see my grandchild. My oldest kids, of course, they gonna bring their grandkids. My grandkids by them. So yeah, but it's crazy. I be like, man, it's kind of crazy when you got kids, cause I used to brag on all my kids before they even got 10 years old. I used to always have it mapped out. Man, I'm gonna have a lot of grandkids, and I'm gonna have this with my kids. But the mama throw a monkey wrench in that. Yeah. Speaking of, I done went shopping today as we speak. This month, what is this? This is March 12th.
Yeah.
2025. I went shopping for my grandkids. Them ain't my kids, them my grandkids. I went shopping for some of my kids that's still in school. You know what I'm saying? But for as my grandkids, I want them to know the real about their grandpa. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure, like my kids, they got kids. They gonna tell they kids what type of grandpa they. I don't want them to tell them no lie. Your grandpa was this type of dude. I done been in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I done been in them. You know what I'm saying? And I done been in some of the jungles with my own daddy. he showed me a lot of the ropes. And then I done experienced it from older men. You know what I'm saying? After me. But it ain't nothing I want I don't glorify. You know what I'm saying? I tell you so you don't have to. Every kid gonna go through certain things in life anyway. 10% you gonna go through anyway in life. Now, the other problems you gonna go through, you cause them on your own. You cause them on your own. But I put it out there. Yeah, I love all my kids, even the ones that don't. I don't really talk to, or they don't see eye to eye on the street, whatever they mama put in their heads. So what I do for that is, I let them distance themselves. I mean, when you ready, you can hit me. You can hit me when you ready. Cause see me, once I reach out to my kid or something and he grown, I don't keep doing it. I'm just different though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to keep doing this and doing that. And after I done been telling you, well, your mama did this, or you got a lot of mothers that's jealous of the bond between the father and their child too. I got some baby mamas like that too. That's jealous. You know what I'm saying? If I pick my child up, take my child out to eat, or spend money or give her money, you jealous because you might got other kids, and your baby daddy ain't doing what I'm doing. It's not my fault. So you will try to come in between, you know what I'm saying, the kid and his father. I've been done like that, so whenever you get ready.
This life is too real, so you gotta keep my head on my steel. You know what I mean? It can't help you feeling my pain. Cause the life I'm living is nothing but stress and pain. Gotta maintain. Sometimes I just keep my composure. Think about the
Now little mama don't